Cortland Simmons with you here at the CS Racing Report 2019 on this 8th day in the new calendar year of 2019, the year of our Lord. And we are recapping the Sham Stakes. It was grade 3 at a mile, $100,000 at the great race place Santa Anita, and it featured Bob Baffert's Coliseum, who had been very, very impressive at Del Mar in his only start, a maiden special weight, and the buzz about the son of Tapit, of course, was tenfold going into this race. But he was also in here against Gunmetal Gray, who a horse that a lot of people were high on going into the American Pharoah off of an allowance win during the fall, in which he finished second to game winner. He was all out to finish second that day. He went on to the Breeders' Cup, finished fifth at Churchill Downs. Wasn't particularly encouraging in giving people clues that he might be one of the elite 3-year-olds on this Kentucky Derby Trail of 2019. But he did have back class going into this race against the brilliance of Coliseum that everybody thought was going to come out in this race. The Bob Baffert trainee did not break particularly well, was hung 5 wide, and again, he had plenty of time in this 1-mile event to get back into the mix of the race. He was wide all the way throughout, was a non-factor, was a disappointing 6th in this race. Baffert's other trainee, much better, got the lead, taking it from Savagery, one of the also-rans who, of course, floated everybody out into the parking lot at Los Al in the Futurity in late December, or the beginning of December, last month, at the end of 2018, in that race in which he was DQ'd from 4th to 5th. In this particular event, much better, and also ran on the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf on the undercard that day. Took the lead at the stretch. He looked like he was going to basically win for fun, as Matt Bernier described in his post-show, and it looked really good for him. And then all of a sudden, of course, these quirks that these young horses had surfaced in a bad manner, in a manner in which you do not want to see in the throes of a stretch run in a stakes race on the Derby Trail. Could not switch leads, looked like a horse that was getting tired. Certainly his technique broke down, and then Sueno on the outside made his move while Gunmetal Gray last all the way throughout, made his bid in the stretch, picking him up, laying him down, and mowing down his opposition to win by 1 length in 138.96 for the flat mile. Sueno was 3/4 of a length in front of Much Better, who did hold on to get the 3rd spot. The son of Pioneer of the Nile was a length and a quarter ahead of Gray Magician, one of the two Peter Miller trainees in here. Easy Shot was 5th. Coliseum, as aforementioned, a disappointing 6th, and then Savagery picked up the rear for Peter Miller in 7th. What's the conclusion after this running of the Sham? Right now at 138.96, coupled with the slow time of 139 and change of Mind Control, who rebounded from his disaster after winning the Hopeful Stakes, missing the Breeders' Futurity to win that race. He didn't run so well in the Breeders' Cup, rebounded in the Jerome. What it says, I mean, based on Mind Control's time and the time of Gunmetal Gray in here, that these horses are not the elite at this point. It is early. That is one thing that Gunmetal Gray, along with the rest, have going for him, but this was not a performance that is going to conjure up beliefs and hopes and dreams that we've got some superstars right here. But Gunmetal Gray was a horse that I was high on, and actually this is encouraging in the sense that he has shown that against horses that he should run well against, he was able to confirm that belief in winning by a length. The time was really slow, and it could be argued that it is January, the beginning of the calendar year. There's a lot of time for these horses to get faster, but I think most people would agree that's what is going to happen for these horses to contend. Mike Smith, who rode Gunmetal Gray, said that Coliseum and some other factors had his horse shuffle back a little further than he would have liked. But I can tell you right now, Gunmetal Gray, along with Mind Control, and all these horses from the Jerome and the Sham are going to have to make some marked improvement as we stretch out. I mean, more than likely, Gunmetal Gray goes in either the Robert Lewis or the San Felipe stays in California, although Jerry Hollendorfer, the trainer of Gunmetal Gray, son of Exchange Rate, could ship out. That did not work as well for Instilled Regard in 2018. He, of course, has since been transferred to Chad Brown's barn, and we'll talk more about him when discussing the handicap horses in the new year. But Gunmetal Gray wins in 138.96. The splits were 23.46 in the beginning for the first quarter, 46.95 for the half, 111.64 for the 3 quarters, 124.86 for 7 furlongs. and once again the time was 138.96. Again, this does not jump off the charts as one of those incredible performances. We're going to certainly find out a little bit more about these horses as we go on. But Gunmetal Gray is your 1-length winner of the Sham Stakes at Santa Anita over Sueno, with Bob Baffert's Much Better third.
Gunmetal Gray is starting to roll, has 8 to make up. Top of the stretch, and Much Better is the leader. Gunmetal Gray with an eye-catching rally on the extreme outside. Gunmetal Gray flying on the outside, and Gunmetal Gray, an eye-catching rally to win the Sham. It is Mind Control, now getting clear by a length and a half. Gates of Dawn on the outside. Here's Our Brain Trust coming on through. Mind Control and Our Brain Trust. Mind Control holding on to the lead. Our Brain Trust in second. The hopeful winner, Mind Control, wins the Jerome in his 3-year-old debut. Our Brain Trust was second. Then Family Biz and Gates of Dawn.